welcome back to the Modern Yogi channel. I'm Laura. Today we're going to do full class, of course, but we're going to get more into listening to the body. So rather than just doing the pose just to do it and get it over with, and we're going to do it to really feel it. And we're going to spend some time there. So there could be some longer holds, a little bit more muscular engagement. It's going to be great. Full body practice. If you want to, grab a blankie. I recommend it. If you have a little bit of sensitive knees, I would grab a blankie. Or I've got a carpet right here. So if you want a carpet, grab that. Also, if you've practiced with me a few times already, you're starting to notice that this is a little bit less than a workout and more of a work in. Rolf Gates, highly renowned yoga teacher, quoted that. So again, let's come back to that. Let's do it to feel the pose rather than do it just to complete it. It's kind of a different mindset. If you want a yoga playlist, some music, some jams to go along with, click the Spotify playlist in the description. Also, subscribe if you want to. If you want to know when new meditations, yoga flows, or podcasts come out, subscribe if you'd like. All right, so we're going to actually start today laying down. Whatever you need to feel comfortable laying down, whether maybe that's a pillow underneath the head, grab it off your couch or bed, maybe a pillow under the knees, grab it off the couch or bed, maybe a blanket. But let's start laying down. Nicely on the back. And whether you're starting this in the morning, afternoon, or evening, let this laying on your back signify that you're sort of starting to calm down. That whatever's happened the night before or throughout the day doesn't really matter right now. All of that's going to be here when you get back. So if you do have some annoyances, some heaviness, maybe some anxieties, maybe these crazy events have happened and they're swirling around in your brain, you've got two options here. One option, it's time to put it away, just for an hour, to put it away. So you can signify that cardboard box right next to you, and you dump in all that stuff. You dump it into that cardboard box. You put all four flaps down. You tape it up and you push it aside. If you have something that you need to work through, something happened, you're like, I don't know what to make of this, there's some kind of internal conflict here, that's something that you can bring to the mat. I'm going to offer a different intention for you today. So as you lay there on the ground, on your back, maybe start to close your eyes. Can you find some softness in your body? So if you feel that you're clenching that space in between the eyebrows, can you soften your forehead? If you find that you're clenching your teeth, maybe soften the jaw. If you're like me and you tense up the shoulders throughout the day, can you catch yourself and draw your shoulders away from the ears? I'd love to talk to you about an intention today, if you want it. And I've titled it, Let the Body Teach the Mind. Let the body teach the mind. In a world that is busy, hectic, and fast-paced, it's very, very easy to detach or simply ignore the body. Perhaps the only time we pay attention to the body is when there is a discomfort somewhere, whether it's chronic back pain or an upset tummy. We typically do not rely on our bodies to share its wisdom. We have better things to focus on: school, work, family, Instagram. We have a lot going on. Maybe you're in the camp of, I'm not really a big fan of my body. I wish it looked different. I wish it performed differently. And so maybe you have some shame wrapped up in the body. These toxic thoughts can typically lead you further and further away from your peace and closer to perfection and anxiousness. These toxic thoughts, I wish my body looked different. I wish it performed differently. It doesn't look the way I want it to look. That leads you closer and closer to perfection and anxiousness. Now, yoga can be viewed as uniting the mind, the body, and the soul. After some practice, we move through our yoga practice with all three connected and united. To begin, we need to start practicing staying home, staying in our body, rather than checking out. We need to practice in staying at home with compassionate thoughts as we move and we breathe, rather than thoughts of, I wish you performed differently. Let your body teach the mind compassion. Let the body teach the mind compassion. As we work through these postures today, see how much compassion you can invite in rather than shame, rather than toxic thoughts of, I'm not strong enough. And you get into that loop of, this should be easy, but it doesn't feel easy. So you feel shame. Catch yourself. Invite that compassion in. That's what yoga is about. It's not about the pretty posture you're making. So as you lay on the floor and you think about this, I want to listen to my body, the wisdom of my body. I want my body to teach me compassion. Start to deepen your breath here. Not changing it totally, not judging it negatively, not judging it at all. Just simply taking maybe some deeper inhales, some longer exhales. Notice where you feel it in your body when you take these longer inhales and longer exhales. Let your body teach you compassion. Let the body teach the mind. Option 1, if you'd like, you can bring your hands to your belly. This complicated area, very complex, this tummy of ours. Again, can we invite in that compassion? Can we let our body teach our mind compassion? We're going to start with some 3-part breath, Diarga Pranayaam. So again, hands to the belly. Take an inhale and inhale the belly and swell up the belly like a beach ball, taking our breaths from there. And on your exhale, belly or navel draws into the ground. Again, inhaling, belly fills with air. And on your exhale, empty it all out. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhaling for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And exhale. In. And out. Continue this Diarga Pranayama 3-part breath on your own. start to remove any props that you have underneath you. And set them off to the side. Keep them nice and close. Take your legs out straight unless it hurts the lower back, and reach your arms overhead. Circle out wrists and ankles. It's like a good morning stretch. Deep breaths here. Maybe taking your circles in the opposite direction, noticing if there's any cracks. And from here, if your lower back is not feeling so good, you can plant the feet behind the glutes. The glutes are your booty. And take your arms up like you're trying to reach the sky or the ceiling. We're going to start to warm up and engage our shoulders. So if you would reach your fingertips up, you might find that the back, upper back comes off the ground. Lower back down, reach it up again. And then take your palms and draw them together. Now, lower only your right shoulder down. Extend out through your left shoulder. Now, switch. Right arm reaches up, left shoulder plants down. And shift back and forth, reaching left and then right. So one shoulder blade's coming off the mat and the other one's planted. And you're reaching up. Reaching up. Just hello, shoulders. From here, next time you get on the right side, reach it up and hold here. See if can you reach a little higher. Can you pulse slightly? So not dropping the shoulder all the way down to the ground, but pulse. Yeah, hello, shoulder. Awesome. Last round, reaching up. Let your right shoulder blade touch the ground. Left arm reaches up and reach it a little higher and then pulse. So not quite letting that left shoulder blade touch the ground. We're reaching up high. Just saying hello, upper back, shoulder blade. How's it going? I feel you. And then reach both hands up. Both shoulder blades are off the mat and pulse both of them. Pulsing them on your own terms. Just noticing what it feels like to isolate the shoulders like this. It's different, huh? Maybe you find some chest engagement as well. Now reach both hands up, palms together if that feels comfortable for you. And then from here, take your arms out wide, cactus the arms, so bending at the elbows and letting your arms rest on the ground. Nice work. From here, bring your hands to the sides, palms up or down, depends on how your wrists feel. And on your inhale, we're coming into bridge pose, so lifting the tush off the ground, pelvis comes up into our bridge pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, bridge pose again. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, bring your pelvis up. Hold here. Bring your arms up and behind you. Yes, notice how that feels like in the chest and shoulders. On your exhale, lower arms down and booty down. And when you feel ready, inhale, bring it all up. Option is to hold here if it feels good. And when you feel ready, you can bring it all back down. We're going to go through one round, do it on your own terms. And on your exhale, come all the way down, bring your arms back down, palms down, and then we're coming into just bridge pose without the arms this time. Good. From here, I like to walk my feet a little bit closer and extend your right leg straight. Or if you want to bend in the knee, that's totally fine. Now, in this case, sometimes our booty is lower down, so bring it up a little bit higher. Hello, hamstring, right? Whoa. From here, take this right leg, pull it down, let it hover off the mat or ground, and bring it back up. Hamstrings, honey. Now, don't lose that height. Keep that booty up. Lower the right leg down. but let it just hover and then bring it back up. And then take this right leg, bend it figure 4. Remember, press that booty up. So we're doing some external rotation in that right hip. If that's too much, bring the knee in a little bit closer. So it's not just that perfect figure 4. You can bring it in a little closer, whatever you need to do, but keep the booty off the ground. That's intense, isn't it? Lower booty all the way down, and now bring it back up. We're going to do cycle of 3. So that's 3, bring it down. Inhale for 2, bring it back down. Inhale, bring it up for 1, and bring it back down, and bring your right foot back down. You know what's coming on the other side, so come up to bridge pose. Extend left leg straight, or bending the knee is totally fine. Make sure we keep our booties nice and high here. Lower that left leg down, have it hover off the ground. Bring it back up for 1. Lower back down. Good. Bring it back up for 2. One more time. Lower down. Up for 3. Bend at the knee and come into a figure 4. Remember, keep tush up. Awesome. Again, if this external rotation's too much on the hip, you just scoot that leg in a little bit more, like you're crossing your legs like when you sit. It's not a big deal. It's not about the shape. From here, let's lower booty down for 3. Inhale, come up. Lower down for 2. Inhale, come up. Lower down for 1. Inhale, come up. And lower all the way down. Straighten the legs out if that's comfortable for you. From here, close your eyes. What are you noticing about your hips, hamstrings, glute area, your booty area? Do you feel that it worked? Bring your attention to this area. And when you feel ready, take that left leg and plant the foot behind the glute once more. And we're going to roll over to our right side. Hello. Go ahead and bring your hand down to the ground to make sure you feel nice and stable, and keep both knees nice and bent. Let me back up a little bit so you can see my body. Okay, good. We're here. From here, open up that knee, keep the feet together, and come on down. Bring it up. We're clamming, and then do this on your own terms. So we're working some interesting muscles here. One of them is called the glute med. It's a tiny little butt muscle. Sometimes I do this when I'm watching my Netflix. Option 1 is we're here. Option 2, if you want it, you can straighten out the leg and bring it up here. We're hovering it off the ground. Now, I'm not doing this just to work you out, not doing this just to make you stronger, but it is. But can we bring this awareness to where we feel this in our body? Most of us are going to feel it right around here. We're going to feel it a little bit in our tush, feel it a little bit in our hip, maybe even feel it in your leg from bringing you up. But we're not doing this just to be stronger. We're doing this to feel. So can you feel this area? Awesome. From here, do your last cycle where you are. One more. And then bring it down. Can we straighten both legs out? Nice. Bring your left hand, bring it out in front of your chest. Press yourself up, come to your forearm. Bring your left foot in front of you, bend the knee and plant it flat on the ground. See that? Okay, cool. What we're gonna do is come to a forearm balance. So I'm pressing up and I'm on my forearm right now, okay? Option 1, I'm right here. Option 2, if I want it, I can stack my feet. And another option is you can bring one in front of the other. Option 3 is hands on your hip. We are in a forearm plank. You're like, what? It's too early for this side plank. No. If you want even more advanced, whatever, you can take your top leg, bend it, and plant it above the knee. And you can reach up with your hand. Now, again, it's not the point of the shape. Where do you feel it? You're like, I feel it everywhere. Make it stop. Let's, wherever you are, lower all the way back down and come onto your bellies. Yes. Press the tops of the feet into the ground, hands underneath shoulders. Now, what you're going to do here is engage your quads. So you see when I engage my quads right here, my knees come off the ground. And bring your hands here. Bring your elbows together and press your chest off the mat slightly for a nice little low cobra. Exhale, lower your forehead down to the ground. Inhale, come up for your low cobra. If you have any back pain here, take your legs out wider. Doesn't matter. Lower it down again. Wherever you are, come back up, low cobra. Come back here. So from here, this is going to be easy for you. Your back's going to be to me. We're going to come to the side again. So we're going to come on the other side and do that. It's a little sequence that we took on our side. But I'm going to move so you can hear and see me. All right. So we've got a couple options here. Keep both knees bent. We can start clamming here. So I like to take my hand and just hold my head up with it. My top arm is just holding the ground for some support, and then I can start opening up my knees and closing. We're clamming here. Now this option is lovely. You can really focus here. The postures that I want to teach you aren't really to make you like super buff. It's to make you feel like you have a solid foundation that's relaxed but still firm. So you're still working hard, but you're not losing form. If you want the more advanced option, you can straighten out that top leg and lift it up. Now I say advanced and your ego says, ooh, I should take advanced. Pay attention if that's what's going on here. Because I know that's what happens to me. I'm like, I want advanced. Advanced is better. Advanced is always better. We've got 3 more cycles here. So finish it off on your own terms. Not going too fast, going nice and slow here. And for the last one, straighten out both legs here. Take the top foot, bring it out in front of you, plant that foot on the ground so we're bending the knee. And then from here, I'm going to not prop my head up anymore, but I'm coming into a forearm side plank. Yes. So I'm going to press on up, and either I'm going to stay here, or I'm going to bring the top foot in front of that leg, or I'm going to stack it, or I'm going to reach up, or I'm going to bend the top leg and bring that foot above the knee and reach up. Awesome. Wherever you are. Wherever you are, come down to the belly. 3 low cobras here. Take it on your own terms. And from here, press back into all 4s for tabletop pose. Come into some either cat-cows, or I'm going to give you a different variation. So cat-cow is when we drop the belly, gaze goes up, and on our exhale we dome the spine, and we take the shoulder blades away from one another and bring our gaze to our toes. Feel free to stay there. If that's not feeling so good on your back today, I'm going to offer you something a little bit more in a circular motion. You kind of have to feel it, but no one's around, so give it a try maybe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my waist and my tush, and I'm going to roll it around as I dome my spine and kind of play with what feels good. Imagine like you're just you're stirring it up. I'm stirring up the pot with my torso and my tush. So see what feels better for you. Is it the circular motion? Or is it the more cat-cow? You decide. Here, what can our body teach the mind? Hopefully some compassion and gentleness. Now from here, this is when you might need a blankie or a rug. Take it out and bring our knees to your blanket. I'm gonna engage your quads a little bit here. So we're up on our knees just like this. Tops of the feet are into the ground, not curled under. Let's press the tops of the feet there. Bring your hands to your waist here. And what we're gonna do is lean back until we feel the muscular engagement in the biggest muscle we've got. So bring your hands to your waist, bring your shoulder blades down, and kind of come back a little bit, rocking back until you say, "Hi quad, I feel you," and then rock on forward. Bring it on back. We're gonna come back and forth. Maybe pause here, bring it forward. All right, we're gonna hold it this time around. So come on back, press into the tops of the feet. It's all good. Don't draw your shoulders close to your ears. Let them relax a little bit. With your pelvis, bring it forward. So don't have your tush hanging out. We're bringing it forward for that posterior tilt. Hands can be here. Hands can be to its side. But do you feel that holy cow? Hello, quads. Woo, from here, come forward. Come to all fours. And maybe come into some cat-cows or that more circular motion. Wonderful. I'm really warming you up today before we get into our flow part. From here, go ahead and take your blankie and put it aside. And we're gonna come into our first downward facing dog. If you wanna stay in table, that's totally fine, but let's tuck toes under, press into the palms. Downward facing dog, walking your dog, so stepping your feet backwards and forwards, maybe even shifting hips. Keep a nice generous bend in the knees. We have not really lengthened the hamstrings all the way, so a bend in the knees is good. Bend in the knees is always an option here. From here, let's find a little bit of stillness just for now and shift forward into plank pose. Stay strong here. Hello core, hello chest, back. This is an intense one. From here, press back in a downward facing dog. Walk that dog out. We're still warming up. Notice how this feels to practice in a way that's not to accomplish the posture, but to feel. What can your body teach your mind right now? Come into stillness here. Shift forward to plank pose. Strong cores here. You're doing great. Press back in, downward facing dog. One more walk. Keep on walking. From here, bend the knees, look between your hands, walk, step, or float feet in between hands. Rise into a half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. I like to bring my hands to my legs. It makes me feel more secure. In our Ardha Uttanasana, let's stay here. Let's shift forward on our toes or on the balls of the feet. Maybe the heels slightly come off the ground, so slightly. And then shift back onto the heels. Maybe the toes come up. Now, can we find an equal, all four corners of our feet are into the ground? Oh yeah, maybe even curl your toes into the ground a little bit and really feel that solid foundation. You're being held up. Come into your forward fold here, bend the knees as much as you need to bring your hands down to the ground. And from here, bring your hands to your shins. Hands to your quads, so strong quads. Hands to your hips, and then slowly roll shoulders back and head comes up. Good. From here, step big feet together. Inhale your arms out to a T above the head. Gaze follows. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Engage the core to protect the back. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift once more. Exhale, plant hands, come into plank pose. From here, lower down to your knees. Untuck those toes, lower down all the way to your chest. Come up for your low cobra. Tops of the feet are into the ground, thighs are off the ground, elbows are together. Tuck your toes under. Now really engage your quads here, so your knees should come off the mat. Press into the palms for plank pose. And then your downward facing dog. Nice work. From here, bend the knees, look between the hands, walk, step or jump your feet in between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, so slow, so slow. Once you get to the top, reach it up and keep your hands over your head here. We're here reaching up and over to the right here. Yes, option is to bring your hands together. Option is to drop the right hand away and really reach over with the left. Option is to stay here or wrap it around the lower back. Can you feel this left side just sort of expand? I know it wants to kind of contract and go back, but notice how it feels. Reach it back up. Let's take this on the other side. Option to drop left arm away or wrap it around the lower back. Nice. Coming back, reaching back here. Bend the knees slightly, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms enough. Come into plank pose. Lower down your weight, either knees down or lower all the way down to belly. Untuck toes, come into your low cobra. If you want high cobra, press the tops of the feet into the mat and you're going to press more into the ground where your arms start to straighten a little bit more. This can be tough on the back, so if it doesn't feel good, you come back down to that low cobra. Tuck toes under. Engage the quads, so knees lift. Press up to plank. Downward facing dog. Walk those feet out. Awesome. From here, bring your right leg out behind you, up into the air, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. From here, bring your knee close to your nose. Hug it into your chest. We're in a plank. Bring it on back, three-legged dog. Right knee into the chest or near the nose. Come on back, three-legged dog. Bring that knee again back into the chest. All right, so we have some fun things to do here. That left foot, we're gonna shift over, almost like we're coming into a warrior two. And we're gonna bring this right leg through. Left arm reaches up. Oh my gosh. Fallen star, fallen triangle, whatever you want to call it. Bring the left hand back down. You're doing awesome. Hello, core and chest, right? Bring that knee into the chest and bring that foot in between the hands. Very good. Rise up, warrior two. So back toes stay bent, front knee is bent. Open up, we're in our warrior two here. Very nice. From here, we're coming into horse and goddess. So heels go in, toes go out. We bend both knees. We're coming into sort of this squat here. Good. Maybe sink down a little lower if you want. If you're like, no, not today. This is more my speed. That's fine too. Find what works for you. Arms are in cactus. From here, take your hands and drop your right shoulder into the center. Left shoulder into the center. Oh, one of my favorites. Bring your right forearm down to your thigh. Reach the left arm over. Keep that bend in the knee. Gaze can go down at your right foot. From here, sweep the left forearm over to the left thigh. Right arm comes over. Oh, yeah, feels good, huh? I know there's some longer holds. These could be a little bit more challenging, but what can your body teach your mind right now? Come back into horse and goddess. That you're strong. Cartwheel the hands back down to that front foot. Come to the ball of the back foot. Step back into plank. Option 1, take your flow. Option 2, come back into downward facing dog. Wherever you are, I'll meet you in downward facing dog. From here, step big toes together. Left leg comes up. Bring that left knee open the hip here. And then bring that left knee to your chest or nose area. Keep a nice little dome in the back, that works. Come on back, 3-legged dog. Left knee into that chest or nose. I can't touch my nose. Some people can. Bring it on back. Left knee into your chest. All right, so we're gonna pivot on this back foot like we're coming into a warrior 2. We're gonna take this left leg and bring it to the inside. Right arm comes up. Fallen star, triangle. So we're pressing away with our arm. We're not kind of like slouching. We're pressing into our arm strong. We're reaching up. If you want even a little bit more, you can bring your leg up. What? Come back into your plank pose. And then take that foot, bring it between your hands. And it's fine if you need to step your hand to get it there. It's not a big deal. Pivot on the back foot. Warrior 2. So good. So good. In your warrior 2, let's just point out a few things. Fingers are engaged here, so they're not just kind of dead fish. They are strong. So if I were to come give you a high five, you'd hear it. Front knee is bent, back leg is straightish, toes are facing out. Come into your horse and goddess here. Heels in, toes out. You know what to do. Drop the hands. Right shoulder comes in first. Inhale, come on up. Left shoulder comes in. Come on up. Right forearm comes to the thigh. Left arm reaches over. Keep a bend in the knee. Sweep your left arm right out front. Left forearm on the thigh. Right arm comes in like a rainbow. Rainbows are awesome. From here, come back into horse and goddess. Straighten the legs. Maybe you need to walk them in a little bit closer. That's fine. Bend the knees slightly and come into a wide-legged forward fold. Good. There are some options here. Option 1, you can stay here. Option 2, you can walk your hands back towards your booty and draw your fingertips towards the back of the room. If you're into that hamstring stretch, that's awesome. That's for you. If you want more low back, you can take a hammock pose, which is a wide downward facing dog where you walk your hands in the opposite direction out in front of you. If you have some upper back pain, if you want to get into that upper back area instead, you're like, hamstrings are fine, lower back's fine, I need my upper back. What you're going to do is take your arms out to a T and wrap your lower arm below the right arm. We're making an X here, and then we're going to cross them over again with our palms. And what you're going to do is draw your elbows away from your body towards the ground. If you need to bend the knees a little bit, feel free to do that, or walk the feet closer, that's fine too. But elbows away from your body towards the ground, and you should feel your upper back just say, I am open finally. Take your arms out to a T, opposite arm underneath. Roll them around in eagle arms and draw elbows away from the body. Take your last 3 breaths here. And wherever you are, come back to center. Bend the knees slightly. Come back into your horse and goddess. Cartwheel the hands to the left foot. Left foot's out front. Take your flow or step back into downward facing dog. Wherever you are, I'll see you in downward dog. And from here, if you're in your downward dog, lower down to your knees and come into your child's pose. And again, you have 2 options here for your child's pose. Big toes together. Knees are apart and you reach out in front of you. If that's too much on your hips, bring the knees together. Reach out in front of you. If this is too much on the shoulders, you can reach back, grab a hold of your feet, and then lower your forehead down. Take some deep breaths here. What can your body teach your mind here? That you're strong. That you're resilient. We're going to take one more flow and then I'm going to bring you down for some stretches. But keep in mind that not only are we engaging the muscles of the body when we go through these poses, but we're also stretching out our muscles as well. Some of our connective tissue, we don't hold it for too terribly long. But think about it, when you're in a warrior, any warrior, warrior 1, crescent warrior, warrior 2, you're using your muscles to hold you up, but your hips are also opening, right? Pretty interesting. So wherever you are, go ahead and walk yourself back up into hero's pose. And if you need to grab a drink of water, I'd recommend it. Mine's right here. And wherever you are, take your time, get into your downward facing dog. Step big toes together, right leg comes up, 3-legged dog, bend the knee, open the hip. Very nice. Draw that knee into your chest. Pivot on the toes of the back foot and bring that leg through for fallen star. Left arm reaches up. Option to stay here. Option is to float that foot or maybe even pulse. You're like, you crazy. Wherever you are, come down with that left hand and come back into 3-legged dog. Yeehaw! Nice work. From here, roll forward to 1-legged plank. Take this right foot, step it outside that left leg. Right arm reaches up. Option, we are here. Option 2, our chest is going to come up towards the sky for a wild thing. Oh, crazy. This is wild thing. So our neck is back, our chest is open. We're pressing into that arm. Roll back around. Wow. 3-legged dog. Nice. Right foot in between the hands. Rise for warrior 2. Oh yeah. From here, we're coming to horse and goddess. We are here. Good. From here, reach out with your hands. Make a fist. Fist comes up. Fist comes back. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to reach, or we're going to punch forward and turn our wrist like this. So go ahead, do it. Yes. Do it again. Yes. And do it again on your own terms. When you're doing this, we're punching forward and we're bringing our arms back. So we're squeezing our elbows back. Yes. Yes. I know your arms or your legs are burning. From here, come back into your horse and goddess. Straighten the arms, straighten the legs, reach it up, forward fold. From here, walk big toes together. Bring your hands to your shins, hands to the thighs, hands to the hips, and slowly roll on up. From here, put your weight into the right foot, all of your weight into that right foot, maybe rocking forward and backwards. Find the four corners of that foot. From here, option one, you can bring your hands into heart center. Take that left foot and kickstand it up against your ankle. So we're externally rotating our knee out. Option two, foot to calf. Not on the knee, right below the knee on the calf. Option three, you bring that foot above the knee into the inner thigh where you press the foot into the thigh, thigh into foot. Hands can be at heart center here. Option two is your arms can fly open, pinkies in. You can come into your cactus. Next option that I'm going to offer is to bring the left forearm down to that thigh and reach your right arm over. Wild, huh? And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back into center and drop the right arm down, reach left arm over. Who cares if you fall? Now flow back and forth between these sides. Who cares if you fall? No one's watching you. This is just balance. This is saying, body, what can you teach my mind? Can you teach me to be gentle even if I blow it? Even if I fall out of it? Take your last cycle wherever you are. And we'll meet back with our hands into heart center. And with as much control as we can, draw that knee up towards the chest. Step it back down. Ooh, and empty coat sleeves it out. Yee. Always like to move a little bit after a balance like that. Awesome job. All right, step to the top of the mat or your fake top of the mat. Inhale, gaze, and arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Plant your hands on the ground, step back into plank. And then downward facing dog. All right, big toes together. Left leg comes up for three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. Left foot into the chest. We're coming to that fallen star. So first I like to pivot on my back foot. Then I like to send my leg through. Then reach up with my arm. Again, option is always to float. Option is always to pulse. Now, bring that right hand back down. Come back into plank pose. Now know that you can do this also though in table. So I'm going to show you in table. I'm coming down to my knee. I'm going to bend my knee. I'm going to open up my hip. Option one, we're here. Option two, we're going to come into wild thing. So we're going to drop this foot over. I'm going to pivot on the knee. Reach up with my left hand. Shoot my chest towards the sky. Drop the head back. Wild thing. With as much control as you can, start to wrap around, coming back either into table or into plank pose. Nice work. And bring that left foot in between the hands, open up, warrior two, nice and strong here. Yeah. From here, come into your horse and goddess, heels and toes out, cactus those arms out. From here, bring your hands over to the right thigh. Start to straighten out that left leg. Maybe toes come up. From here, with ease, bend that left leg. Hands come over to the left. Start to work on straightening the right leg out. Toes come up. Send the arms over the other way. With ease, right in this wild. One last time, just for good measure, to even out that body. Nice. From here, straight arms, straight legs, reach it up. Forward fold, wide legs. Heel toe, feet together. Hands to your shins. Hands to thighs, hands to hips, and slowly roll on up. Are you ready for some floating tree pose? Let's go. All the weight on that left foot. So again, feel free to shift forward, kind of trying the four corners of that left foot. Hands coming to heart center. Option one is you're here. Let's do that. Option one, we're here. Option two, maybe we kickstand right foot. Next option, to calf. Or to shin, I should say. Next option, above the knee, more towards the inner thigh, so we're pressing it together. Next option is to bring your arms out. Next option is to float. And know that the left side is usually more awkward. So right arm comes down to that right leg. And we reach the left arm over towards the right. And then left arm comes down to the other side, right arm reaches over. Floating tree. Feel free to float in your tree. Feel free to take whatever variation you want. In your tree, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what variation you want. The goal isn't to look cool or to make this shape. The goal is to see, where do I feel this in my body? Where do I tense up? Where do I feel soft and relaxed and at ease? What are you trying to teach me, body? And with as much ease as you can, draw that knee into the chest and lower that foot down and empty coat sleeves it out. Yes. Oh yeah. From here, go ahead and grab that blanket. And sit your booty down on it, heels and toes out like we're in horse and goddess, but we're actually in something called Yogi Squat Malasana. Now, if this doesn't feel good, then don't do it, or grab a chair and do it. But heels in, toes are out, hands are in heart center, and actually our arms are pressing our legs away. Now again, if this is too much, you know what you can do? We're here. And maybe even your toes are pointed more straight. Doesn't matter. So we're here, we're down here, or we're in a chair. This is called Malasana, Yogi Squat. This is when we begin to really slow down. From here, we're going to come all the way down to our bums. So slide anything that's underneath you away. Come all the way down to your bum. Into Sukhasana, easy pose, and maybe a little crisscross. If this doesn't feel good, maybe you've got some hip issues, Hero's pose always works as well. From here, take your hands, clasp them behind you. So our fingers are together. Option is our palms are open or closed. Bring them to your lower back. Keep a nice little bend in the elbows first. If this feels good, we're good. If you want to try something different, straighten the arms out. Remember, we're anterior tilting our pelvis, so I'm not here. See how I'm sticking my booty out? Yeah. Shoulders are away from the ears. And again, you can work with palms open or palms closed. If you feel you pull up the wrist, palms open, always palms open. And release that here. Come back to your bum if you're not already there. And put your feet out in front of you. Bring your hands behind you. I like to point my fingers away. And we're going to come into reverse table. So press the tops of the feet together. Bring your tush off the ground. Gaze can go up. Awesome. If you want, you can lower the booty down a little bit. If you want a little bit more muscular engagement, booty comes way up. I kind of like to rock back and forth in mine. Nothing crazy, nothing like 80s style where like, it's just kind of like a gentle rock. Like a mother's rock. All right, come all the way back down. You feel that in your arms? Just a last little push. All right, I'm done now, promise. All right, bring the soles of the feet together. Open up feet like they are a book. Nice and tall here. Now, option here is if you have a blankie, you need to prop your knees underneath it, that's fine. Maybe grab two or the other. Another option you can try today is adding a little twist to this. We'll see what happens. Take your right hand, if you want to try it, behind you, kind of in line with your booty. If you want, you can take your left hand and bring it to that thigh and add a little twist to this. More bang for your buck, I guess. It's not an intense twist. Three more breaths here. Can you come back to, where do I feel this? What is my body trying to tell my mind? Can I be kinder? Come back to center. If you'd like, you can take this on the other side. So right hand comes just above that knee. Left hand comes kind of in line with your tush. Just a gentle little twist. Last breath here. Come back into center. From here, take hands underneath, scoop them up. Nice. Let's see how this feels for some of us. We're going to drop our knees over to the right. Left knee goes into my arch area of my foot. We're coming into deer pose. And I like to square my chest off as much as I can to either my front shin or maybe even to my knee. We're gonna work with the way you rotate to see what's more comfortable for you. So just off the bat, let's start with squaring our chest and hips off as much as we can to that front shin. Option one, we're here. Option two is we walk out. So where should you be feeling this? Ideally, you're gonna be feeling this in that outer hip area. I like to walk my hands out, or if I can, bring my forearms down. This is deer pose. Now, if for some reason this isn't feeling so well, this is when we can start to rotate our torso in different ways. Let's first try walking our hands even more towards the right. Does that feel better for you? Maybe come down to forearms. Does that feel better? If it's still a no, come off the forearms and walk your hands a little bit more towards the left, the other way. Come down to your forearms. How's that feel? Hopefully one of those feel good. And if they don't, you need to skip this posture altogether. Totally fine. Figure four is something that you can also do, which we kind of did earlier today in bridge pose. So that figure four. That's it. Same thing. Same thing. Come back to, what is my body trying to teach me? To tell me? Can I be kinder? Softer? More gentle? Walk your hands back towards your body. I like to take my hands underneath my shin and my knee and pull them up. And drop your knees over to the other side. So if you did the left first, doesn't matter. I did the right, but so I'm dropping my knees over to the left. Keep in mind the side may feel different. So right knee into left heel. If none of these variations feel good for you today, or never, figure 4. So square off chest on the shin and walk your hands away. Maybe come down the forearms, maybe no way. And again, play with walking your hands to the left and to the right until you feel that stretch in the outer hip. And if you're like, look, Laura, I could just feel this in a different space, in a different place, and it feels good, I'm gonna let you go along with that because I can't see you. And I'd rather you feel the stretch in a different area than get hurt. Priorities. Let the body teach the mind. Come on back if your mind has wandered, which is okay. What is your body trying to teach your mind? Tell the mind. If you're in this deer pose, press into the palms, hands towards the body, hands under knees and lifting them up. If you're in figure 4, come to your tush, and we're actually going to come to our backs. So scooting to the top of your mat, slowly come down. Use your core, so don't just flop down. Slowly use your core. Come on down. First, draw those knees into the chest, arms around the shins, press lower back into the mat. From here, if you want, we're going to come into something called Happy Baby. Now, if it feels a little bit too exposed, an option is to stay right here and really wrap your arms around your knees. Another option, if you'd like, is what you'll do is grab the outsides of those feet and then you open up the legs. An option here is I like to sway left to right, whatever you want. Maybe play around with straightening one leg at a time. And if none of this feels good, you can just draw the knees together. Maybe grab the outsides of your ankles. That's fine too. Find your way. From here, keep this right knee into the chest, extend left leg straight. From here, bring this right knee over to the left. Reach with your right arm, look over your right shoulder. Spinal twist. Where can you soften? Where do you feel this in your body? come back to center and take this spinal twist on the opposite side. So right leg goes straight, left knee comes into chest. Cross it over to the right, look over left shoulder. Come into the variation that works for you. And when you feel ready, you can come into your final resting posture, Shavasana, laying on your back. Feet can spread open, arms can be open, hands can be open, or if you'd like, your hands can be elsewhere. If you'd like a guided meditation, then I'm going to offer you one. If you want to do your own thing today, then tune me out. Feel free to do that as well. We're going to go with a body scan today to go along with the theme of letting the body teach the mind. So from here, can you bring as much attention and awareness to your right foot and your left foot? Can you feel your feet without wiggling them or moving them? Can you feel them like it was your first time feeling them? Take a deep breath through the nose. Exhale, imagine that breath going down your lungs, down your legs, and all the way to the feet. Can you bring your attention to your right shin and calf area, and your attention and your awareness to your left shin and left calf? Maybe you feel the ground underneath your calf. Can you notice the temperature? Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale it, send your breath all the way down to your shin and your calf area. Bring your attention to your knees, the tops of the knees, the outside of the knees, behind the knee, the inner knee. Notice if there's any discomfort here, or just notice your knees in general. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, imagine that breath going all the way down to your knees. That healing, cleansing breath. Bring your attention to your right quad, hamstring, that whole right thigh, and that whole left thigh. Allow them to feel heavy. Notice if there's any sensations going on. Take a deep breath through the nose. Exhale, send your breath. Bring your attention and your awareness to your pelvis area. So your hips, lower abs, around the belly button area and lower back. At the very least, maybe you feel the waistband of whatever trousers you're wearing. Take an inhale here. Exhale, send your breath. Bring your attention and your awareness to the middle belly, the chest area, the middle of the back, the upper back, the shoulders. Notice temperature or sensations. Aches, pains, tingles, heat. What do you feel? Take an inhale here. Exhale, send it to this trunk area. Bring your attention to your right bicep and tricep, right elbow, your right forearm, your right hand. What do you feel here? Can it feel heavy? Take an inhale through the nose and exhale, send your breath to that right arm. Next, bring your attention and awareness to that left tricep and bicep area. Left elbow, left forearm, left wrist and hand, fingers. What sensations are there? Take an inhale. Exhale, send your breath down the left side of your arm. Bring your attention to your neck, your jaw, your cheeks, your forehead, and your crown of your head. Allow this area to soften. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. I'm going to allow some silence, and then we'll end our practice together. From here, if you'd like to end your practice on your back, you are more than welcome to. If you'd like to end your practice in the fetal posture, go ahead and rotate over to your favorite side. Maybe your bicep is underneath your ear as a pillow. If you've got a lot more to do today and you need to get your energy level up, press yourself up into a seated posture. If you want to, you can bring your hands into heart center. Bring your thumbs in between your eyebrows, representing compassionate thoughts. That's what all day was about, compassionate thoughts. How can we be gentle? Thumbs to lips if you'd like, representing compassionate speech. Can I use my words to unite rather than to hurt or to blame? Thumbs to heart center, representing compassionate actions. Taking care of your body. Namaste. Thank you for practicing.